Clients are the foundation of any business. I've been in sales for years and there wasn't even one single day when I wouldn't think about getting new clients and wouldn't take at least one small step in that direction. And not because I had to, but because I find prospecting, contacting and visiting clients as the most exciting and enjoyable part of the sales process. And it's only up to you whether you will see it the same way. To be successful in getting new clients, all you have to do is to keep three things in mind. No matter who you are able to get clients for virtually any business. If someone sells something successfully, you can do it as well. The second, getting new client is a game and should be fun. You don't need any special skills. All you have to do is focus on the process and doing the right things. I start from scratch myself, not just once or twice, and be sure that over time, experience will grow, your effectiveness will be higher, and getting every new client will be faster and easier. Best of all, if you learn how to do it right, and you will learn to enjoy the process, it will change your life. You will gain freedom, you will no longer be afraid to change your job, start a new business, start from scratch when necessary in a new market with a new product, service and solution. All because you will know that whatever happens, you are able to recreate everything you have achieved so far. That what you need is already within you and nobody can take it away. And that builds a huge self-confidence and gives power. The most important is to realize who and where your clients are. Wherever you sell your product, it can be private, state-owned companies, big corporations, small family businesses, you must very carefully recognize their profile. The more precisely you can define your prospect, the faster you will find your first clients. If you don't have any starting point, you need to make a research and find the best target group for the product you offer. Just focus on the things that really work. Forget about cold emails and contact via social media. Although this is theoretically the most tempting option, it is the least effective way. If you have doubts, remind yourself when the last time you bought something after receiving an email from someone you didn't know. What's more, if we are talking about expensive solutions where clients had to spend, let's say, $100K, million or $2 million, forget about it. If you sell a less expensive product to masses, the more people you reach, theoretically the better, especially if it doesn't cost you a lot. If you have a narrow specialization, innovative and expensive solution, you must be precise and focus on direct contact. When selling to large companies, the most important is to reach the people who are authorized to make decisions or can lead you through the complex hierarchy of the company structure and show how things work in that specific organization. If you are able to identify someone by name and position, using for example social media or company's website, and you think that can be a good starting point, just make a call and ask for putting through. It's simple. To do it successfully and get through all gatekeepers you may encounter, you must just be confident. Don't hesitate. You need to get necessary information that will help you to make the next step and identify decision makers. Because in the case of corporate clients, it's very often not one person but a group of people. And how big that group is depends on your niche and type of product you sell. If you are not able to identify the right people, who would be the best to start a sales conversation and you sense reluctance, you have to use your social skills. Listen, nobody will do it for you. And that's great because that's what sales is about. It's primarily personal development and learning how to deal with obstacles. You have to figure out how to get the information necessary to close the sale. So take massive action. When making a series of cold calls, focus on making a good first impression and not be categorized by the gatekeeper as an unwelcome salesperson. The most important are people you are talking to, not the details of your offer. What you want at this point is nothing more than a short conversation with someone who is competent enough to assess the usefulness of your solution in relation to the interests of the company and their business. And that's where it all starts. When you finally get an attention, don't go deep into details. Just mention briefly about benefits, happy clients, preferably those who mean something for your prospect, and stress your social status. Not too much, just to get the initial interest to set face-to-face meeting. If you go too deeply, the client will find out that he knows already everything and he will lose interest, which means he will forget about you as soon as you hang up. Remember, nothing will change thousands of years of human evolution. Your power of persuasion is the strongest, and people have the most influence on each other when talking face to face. The meeting is the culmination of all the activities undertaken so far. So use that time wisely to verify your client's potential, to learn as much as possible about regular suppliers, decision-making process, what matters the most for your prospect, and of course, on building the right rapport. To do that, ask questions from the least invasive to the more sensitive and listen attentively. Please do it carefully. Be alert. Take a step back when necessary. Try to make the client say more, but remember that sales meeting is not a police questioning. Leave the door open for the next meetings. Usually, you will need to visit a new prospect a few times before he will open up and trust you. Basically, to get a new client, two things have to come together. The first one, your offer must meet your client's needs and requirements. You will not sell something that the client doesn't need and doesn't meet his expectations. The second is psychological. You need to find a common language and understanding. To get a loyal client, you need to gain their trust and sympathy. What's very important, be patient. Very often you may feel that the effort has come to nothing and you just wasted your time. And a few months later, you will get a call from the same client and it will be the beginning of a successful cooperation. So trust the process and the results for sure will come. Make adjustments when you have a better understanding of the market and you notice certain patterns of behavior. And as I said at the very beginning, have fun getting new clients and don't take rejections personally. If this video was a bit helpful, please don't forget to like it. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon.